The world over the past few years, and I don't feel like I'm crazy in saying this, especially as social media keeps rising and rising, and ever since the pandemic I've noticed, the world has gotten a bit more negative. And I thought that today, I want to focus just on good things. And I want to just tell you guys good things. And this is just meant to be a really peaceful, nice little Trenton Talks episode. Without further ado, I'm going to tell you some good things that's been happening. Some maybe rant a little bit, not anything negative, just have some nice little rants like we normally do in Trenton Talks. I was like taking my favorite trail. And maybe just for this brief moment, we can all feel at peace. Let's get into it, shall we? So first, let me start off with just saying why this in particular is my favorite trail. After every trail I've been on, I've been through multiple walking trails. I've been to two cities out, one city out, hell, even completely out of the state of Michigan where I live. Why is this particular one my favorite? And there might be a few answers to that, really, because I don't even truthfully know that myself. I think maybe a big factor would probably be nostalgia, if I'm gonna be honest with you, because nostalgia definitely has a way of running through our minds and clouding our judgment of things. Like, for example, I bet you guys as kids wanted just like me, I bet you guys wanted the wobble bubble ball. Well, and if you don't know what that is, I'll just play it on screen right now. It was a giant ball that was bubbles in quotes, and it claimed to be a bubble that you could play with and wouldn't pop, and but in reality it's a big ass plastic ball, okay? And I know multiple people, including me, wanted the big plastic ball. But even at a certain point, we can look back and be like, oh, how is this plastic ball really gonna be great in our lives? And truthfully, Wobble Bubble was never gonna be great. It was gonna be a nice short-term thing, and it was just gonna go away in an instant. And we would forget about it for months and months on end. And then, like, 8 or 9 months later, we pick it up again just because we're bored and there's nothing else to do. Or, for example, a lot of you guys may remember Pillow Pets. Pillow Pets was a pillow, but as a pet, it come like various different animals and things from other media franchises. I remember wanting one so bad as a kid, and contrary to the Wobble Bubble Ball, I actually got one. And I have good memories of that thing until, well, it inevitably broke, because realistically, it was a cheap-ass plastic thing with just stuffing in it that was bound to break within the next 5 years anyways. Which sucks, and really does suck. But those terrible products, through the nostalgic clouded glasses, I can look back and I can say, oh man, those were really great. I wish I had longer with it. And, I wish that, I can just say I have fond memories of it, which I do. And then, I can also, without the nostalgia tinted glasses, I recognize, oh yeah, this shit is ass. Like, realistically, really, really bad. I wouldn't see anyone today playing with them. And to be fair enough, valid. That thing wasn't meant for everyone. And it probably wasn't even meant for me at that time either to just have. But I still wanted the Wobble Bubble so bad. And I got the Pillow Pet. And I got my wish. Little nice moments of happiness like that. So I honestly think that this trail, even though really it's not that glamorous, it's the nostalgia factor of it that truly makes me feel special, I believe. Because look, see this nice dirty water? I remember a time where that water was nice and clear before the city where I live started neglecting this trail. But also, every single time I look at this trail, I just imagine how it was, or how it's been looking. And a part of me hurts because I want to see it better this way. I want to see it better and thrive. It's very clear it's never going to thrive the way it once was. And it's cool I can still have those memories, but at the same time, man, I wish other people were to experience how nice it was over here. How nice and clear the water used to be. That's just now brown. Somehow fish are still thriving. I don't get it. I don't know. I try to figure it out. Just moments like these, which reminds me that things are changing. Even if I don't want them to change, they are. I think many of us at a certain point would wish that things stay the same, even. But unfortunately, the world doesn't look like that, and it sucks. And I know it sucks. Just for a little context, I know this is not a negative video, so I'm only going to briefly touch upon what's been happening. I ran over a power line that was down on the road, totaled my car, and would have to pay $4,000 to get it to fix. I thought, as the point of this changing, that I would have that car at least for another 5 to 10 years. However, my plans have changed, and I was stressed out about it. But that's okay, because even though the car is damaged, I am fine. I am living. As you can see, I am talking. I'm not an AI image. I know that this video is smooth 60 frames, which is something you might not be used to seeing from me. I can point cameras, and I can do this. And yeah, I'm okay. I'm alive, and that's the good thing. That's the goodness of it all. Because if I was dead now, I would have so many regrets in life. I never would have been able to finish out this hole, by the way. That's not a regret of mine. I'm just saying. The hole might be a metaphor, some can say, for the hole is all the regrets you have in life. Just thrown into a barrel. And realistically, when you die, those regrets don't really matter in the big scheme of things. And so honestly, I can say you should take my advice I'm saying right now and, go full fuck it. I'm going to die. I have one life to live and do the thing. But I'd be very hypocritical if I can say that I wouldn't do the same. I personally feel like I am a little bit of a coward in the sense of I could give this advice out and dish it out and hopefully change one of you guys' lives for the better. But I cannot take the advice I dish out sometimes, which is awful. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that's poison ivy or not. Do we risk it? As someone who's just watching this right now and not answering back, I'm going to assume you said, don't do it, Trenton, but I'm going to do it anyways. Well, if I have poison ivy for like 15,000 days, you know why. But you know what? Another overgrown part. The poison ivy thing, again, might be another regret, and I just took that. Because I might have regretted not going forward. I mean, am I going to regret the poison ivy? Probably. That is poison ivy. You know what? I would rather much take the dash and just go for it model than to just sit here, just down in the dumps, not doing anything. Yeah, and I feel like, again, I had ice cream before this. Us as humans who get one life, I really don't feel like we should live with the mentality that regrets are always negative. Because I have some regrets that I have done in the past that I as I've grown older, have started to look at them through a different lens and being like, I'm kind of glad I made that regret because I learned something. Something as simple as don't run over down power lines in the road, or make sure to change your oil in your car so you don't stall a car, or even that I hurt people that I deeply care about, that I can never ever take back with just a simple sorry. I don't personally feel like I can. But those regrets have made me into a better person today. And I can say that I have consistently tried to treat people with respect today. Oh, hang on. This is actually sick. Someone actually went over here and kind of fixed the trail. I didn't even know this. This is this is a great thing, I believe. Because even with change like this, you know, things might be the same. Things might be a little bit different. I know things are different from my YouTube channel than how things were. Sorry, I had a duck. You know, back when Trending Talks didn't like take over everything in quotes, take over like it's a bad thing. I was doing just miscellaneous videos. But now I feel like I'm more clear and focused creatively. Now this is the thing that irks me right here. This is the thing I was talking about earlier with the disrespect this trail has received. And it's very sad. It is a very sad sight to see every time I take this trail. It is quite sucky to see what has happened here. For lack of a better word. But hey, you know what? At a certain point, that's just kind of life, isn't it? Things get sucky. And things might take a turn for the better. Things might take a turn for the worse. And I feel like the most important thing is how you can handle it. You can handle it by being very shitty to others when something doesn't go your way and just berate them and be rude. Or you can handle it for the better by figuring it out, asking other people for help when you need help. There's nothing shameful of asking for help. And this is personally something I'm starting to learn as well. And I'm still in the process of learning this. You guys don't know this, but I usually don't ask for help when it comes to a lot. So much so that recently my emotions have just boiled up as like a tea thing. Teapot. I don't know what to call it, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, no, and like moments like that where I feel like I've just overflown with emotions. And I feel like I gotta handle it all on my own. I recently started talking to people about my emotions. Even if it makes me be perceived weak or as a weakling in front of others. And as long as you can figure out that it's never ever weak to talk about your problems with someone, then you'll be a-okay. I promise you. I was growing up also. I have loving family members still in my life that's been there from the beginning. Some family members I've cut off or we've mutually agreed to cut off. And this might be a little bit more parasocial, so stick with me. But I don't know if you've seen my appearances on other channels where I joke about my dad not being in my life. Weird different angle, I know. I just like to look ahead. And so that's what I'm doing, even with these weird vlogs. Is this better? Actually, this might be better. I don't know why I didn't do this from the beginning. Whatever, you know, fuck it, leave all. Back to this angle, I guess. But in 2020 or 2021, me and my dad have mutually agreed to split ways. To which, during this time, he blocked me on Facebook. I recently saw him at a service for my uncle in 2023. That was an awkward interaction. Trust me, nothing is not going to make that interaction awkward. Recently, started working a job with one of my dad's friends, which I didn't really know was his friend. And with that came this friend texting my dad about me working there. To which my dad beat around the question, didn't mention me at all. It was kind of felt like I was nothing. And realistically. And the messages I was able to read and see and heard from his mouth to even confirm, treat me like I was nothing. I mean, he treated me like I was nothing when originally when he blocked me on Facebook, but he was very clear where his morality stands, and that I am just probably another mistake in his life. And trust me, I don't think I'm a mistake. If that makes anyone watching this feel better. I think I have a purpose in this world that I can fulfill and help others fulfill. That's why Trenton Talks exists. It's to help others and just to be able to have chats like these with you guys. I don't know, man. My life is kind of interesting sometimes. I'm not gonna say, oh wow, I just spent like $50 million in LA. No. I am in a rural town in Michigan filled with a bunch of racist homophobes and Trump supporters. Very interesting triple vodka, as they say. And I'm over here trying to make things work in the sense of me being a leftist, a non-racist, and a non-homophobic person. Shout out to all the LGBTQ community in this month. Oh, man. And some days it's very hard to make it work. Some days it's really sucky and ass in the sense of sometimes there's nothing to do around here because small ass town, or some guy stares at you and tries to follow you, which is something that actually happened to me this week that I'm still coming to terms of. I know, interesting story there too. But you know what? More story is, I don't know. Real quick, thank you guys for letting me yap. You know, even though this trail, I'm walking back to it, and once I hit the end of the trail, that this video is probably going to be over, edited, and then put on YouTube the same day, because this video isn't going to take that long to edit. Thank you so much for letting me yap. You know, and I hope that you listening to me yap and can help you guys in some way. I know I say this a bunch of times here on Trenton Talks. My main goal is to help other people and have a good time doing it. And every single video, mostly every single video that's been out on the Trenton Talks channel, I've had a great time personally making and fine-tuning. Whether it's me ranting about something stupid like some streaming services that I use, or me ranting about personal issues like this one and the one right before the streaming services. And honestly, it's helpful that I know I have an audience here that supports me, and I know I have a good ass community too that supports each other as well. But yeah, moral to the story is, you know, here's how I'm able to get through all this information. I take walks. Walks are my main source of, I guess, way to figure out and find out how I truly feel about things. And that's why I wanted to take you guys along for the ride too. I hope that you can pause this video at any time. I also hope you, as the viewer watching this, even though, you know what, fair enough if you didn't, I don't blame you, can walk along with me. And maybe reflect things about your own personal life as you're watching this. Maybe reflect if you relate to me or not. And if so, maybe reflect why you relate to me in these sort of aspects. Maybe reflect on your beliefs and morals if you feel like they might differ from what you see. Maybe reflect on your past friendships, reflect on your past family members, and reflect on your past regrets. Because I can assure you that there's no such thing as making a lot of regrets. There's no such thing as being closeted in the sense of, you know, I hurt people, why bother? or people who have hurt me, why bother loving? Because you will find someone one of these days that will truly, honestly believe in you. And if not, I believe in every one of you watching that you all will have a great day, that you all stay motivated, get through the year like I'm trying to, because oh boy, it's been rough. That you'll find someone to love that cares about you, and that you'll find peace with whatever situation you're in. It may take time, okay? And I know it's taking time for me, but you got this. We got this. Me and you together, we can do this. I believe in you. Thank you for watching.